Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at an introduction to advanced custom fields plugin for WordPress. This is a plugin that is crucial to a lot of people's development, including myself. I use it on almost every custom theme that I do. And the reason that it's so important is because it allows us as developers to provide fields in the back end that our clients or even ourselves can go in and edit text or edit whatever the field may be without having to touch our code. It's inconvenient if you have a client who wants to update, say, a title on a page, and you have to do it for them by going in and manually editing the template file. Advanced custom fields allows us to have metadata associated with posts, pages, custom post types, basically anywhere. We can create custom fields that our clients can or ourselves can then go fill out, and we see the result on the front end. So today I'm going to give you a quick introduction. I may explore this more in depth later, like going through what each type of field in ACF does. But the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and install ACF. And we call it ACF. That's just an acronym for Advanced Custom Fields. So we'll go to Plugins, Add New Plugin. I'll go ahead and search for ACF. Should pop up. Yep, we'll click Install Now. I do want to note that there is a free version and a paid version. With the paid version, you get a lot more field types and more like advanced stuff to do, like repeaters. Um, if you have a situation come up that you can't handle with ACF free version, you could probably handle it in the paid version. But we'll just start off with the free version for right now. So install it, activate it, and then once you refresh your page, you'll see that you have this menu item over here called ACF. So we'll go there. And the first thing you need to do is create a field group. And these are sections where each field group gets shown in a specific location on a specific page. So if you wanted to edit, say, your single post page, you would add a field group for that. So we'll go ahead and show you here. I'll click Add New, and I'll call it Single Post. And just as an example for this, I want to, let's say I have articles, I want to cite a source of that article. There's no way to do that in WordPress without using custom post meta. So what we'll do here is we'll go create a text field that allows us to input a custom source for that article and then show it on the article page. So the field type that we'll want here is just text. You'll be able to type in the text for citing your article. Like I'll just make something up, but we'll want text. The field label, we'll give it a name. So we'll just call it source. It will automatically generate the field name for you, but this is how you reference it in your PHP. This field name is source. It doesn't have a default value. So we set up our first field here. It's a text input, label source, field name source. Now we go to the settings. So the location rules are going to be pretty important. We can have it show up in a bunch of different pages in post. A bunch of different places in post, page, even, depending on the type of user or even the custom post type, the taxonomy. We have a lot of different places and options here. We can even create ands and or statements to get really complex. But for this one, we're going to want it to show up on single post. So we'll have it on post type is equal to post, and we'll click save. Now when I go in to create a post or edit a post, I'll have a field called source there, and I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so we'll create like a test post, and then I have Yoast here. If I didn't have Yoast, this would be up here. We can also go back. I'll just leave that. Go back to ACF, and we can change the presentation of this. So I'll put the position high so it shows above Yoast. And then we'll go back and create a new post. Test post. Now you'll see my sources up here, and this is a field that I can fill out with any information I want. So I'm going to type in here like this is a test article, and then I'll type my source is test article source. And I'll hit publish. And you can see that even if I refresh this page or I go away, this information doesn't go away. It's metadata associated with this post. If I make a different post or edit a different post, we can have different information here. So it's on a per post basis. So now that's great, but if we view this in our browser, we're not going to see the information that we put in there. So we have to tell it to show this information. If you're using a theme that you don't have 100% control over, make sure you use a child theme when editing files. I have a video on how to make a child theme, but I'm just going to edit my theme and show you how to display a field that you put in the backend. So the place that it's going to show up is in this content single, according to my theme. It might be different in yours. It might be single.php. It might be the same place in template parts. But basically under the content here, I'll do a PHP opening tag, and then I'll write source equals get field source. And then we'll do the article source, and then we'll echo that source. So all you have to do to display that field is to set a variable equal to the value of get field, and this comes from the field name that you set when you created the field in the field group in ACF. So we'll save that. My hosting is remote right now, so I'll have to upload my change real quick. Give me just a second. So upload my change here. And then when we view this article, I now have this down here. It says, here's the article text, and now it says article source, test article source. That's what I put in the back end. If I go here and I changed it, I'll put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, update. It changed it here. So you can have custom metadata associated with each post. I'm going to go ahead and delete that when this video is done. I'll show you another one here real quick, like if you create a custom page template. I'll call it test ACF. Okay, so I created a custom template. I will save it as template test.php. Let me go ahead and upload it here. If you're doing this locally, you won't have to upload it, or you may have a different upload procedure, such as pushing to get and pulling to your server. Okay, so now that I have a new template, I'll create a new page. I'll call this test ACF. The template we're going to want to use is the template that I just made called test ACF. We'll publish that. And now we'll create a field group to show stuff just on this page. So I'll go to ACF field groups, create a new one. We'll call this test ACF template. That's good. And then let's see, what do we want here? I'm going to have a page title. So that could be text, and we will call it title. Let's see. You can also have a URL. So I'll put like a field that's a test link. We'll choose URL here. Creates the name for me. And then let's see, do we want an image? Yeah, I'll show you an image field real quick. Image. And we'll call this, let's call it image. So we have image, test link, and title. Okay, and then for the locations, we just made a page template. So we'll choose if page template is equal to test ACF, save changes. And then we'll go to our pages. We'll view our test ACF page. Nothing's here yet because I just put up the template. So now we have to tell it to show these fields in the page template. So we'll go back to our page template, and there's a neat little function you can call to get all fields for this page at the same time, so you don't have to individually call each field. So to do that, we'll set a variable called fields equal to get fields function call, and it knows that you're getting fields for the current page. You can technically pass in a page ID to this function to get fields for a different page. So basically we have test content here. I'll put a H1 and we'll echo out the title that we put. So echo, first we'll check if it's empty. So if not empty, title, echo fields title, or no title set. Okay, and then we have our test link. So I'll do a anchor tag here. You would want to check if this is empty again before you set the link. So make sure you do your proper validation before you show it. But we'll do fields. Fields is an array with keys the same as the field name. So this would be fields test link. We'll put the same thing as the title for the link. So test link. In that. And then we have an image. Images are handled a little bit differently. You can have them returned as an array or an object. I always like an array because there's a trick we can use with a WordPress function to display the image with its alt text and its height and width and source set all intact. So we'll do HP image equals WP get attachment image. WP get attachment image fields image ID. WordPress will always give it an ID for an attachment. Okay, we'll get the large image here. You can set with this function, you can set out of the box thumbnail, medium, large, or full. You can also create custom image sizes, but we'll put that there. We'll say if image echo image for a closing PHP tag. Let's go ahead and upload our template here, our changes. Then if we go back to WordPress on the back end and edit our page, and we're going to fill out those values. So for the title, we're going to put my test ACF page. The test link will just link to Google. For an image, I'll just pick an image I have in my media library here. All right, so we've filled out the ACF fields. We'll hit update, and we'll go ahead and view the template I just created. There it is. You see the title and the H1 tag is my test ACF page. I have my link to Google here, which I can open a new tab. It works. And then I have this image displayed here, and all this was set via ACF. I can go back here and change this, have my value updated on the front end without actually going in and touching the code. So that was a little introduction to ACF, Advanced Custom Fields. Play around with setting up field groups, the location rules, and the different types of fields that you can have. It's very flexible and advanced. It's going to be a huge improvement to what you've been doing before ACF. So I hope this video was helpful for you. The functions that you'll want to get to learn are get fields and get field. There's also some rows functions that are valuable, and you can look in the ACF documentation I'll link to. If this video was helpful for you, please please subscribe to my channel. And I think in a future video, we'll look at each different type of ACF field and see what they do. Thanks for watching.